some patterns in Russian diplomacy, even in the 1990s, of a strong attachment to and a desire for great power status. So even at a point where the Russians were significantly diminished and weakened in their overall stature, had lost obviously considerable territory, not just with the dissolution of the Warsaw Pact, but then also the dissolution of the Soviet Union itself. They still talked about themselves as a great power who deserved the recognition and respect of a great power. This is a huge part of how Russian politicians engage with NATO in the 1990s. And one of the stumbling blocks in some of the various fora that emerged in the 1990s was that the Russians don't want to be treated as the same as Hungary or the same as the Czech Republic. They see themselves as fundamentally different. But of course, it's different to act upon that sentiment. But we know that even in the 1990s, I mean, the Russians waged brutal wars in their near neighborhood to try and make sure that if they had neighbors that were not controlled by Moscow, that they were weakened. Chechnya is what comes to mind, right? So you have a Russia that is engaged in flattening neighborhoods in places like Grozny, right? In 1993, 1994. And that that is allegedly now the sort of heyday of, oh, that was the kind of Russia with whom we could do business. And so I think that past is more complicated than we sometimes appreciate in retrospect.